In a week where Fulham beat Chelsea, Wolves beat Manchester United, and Manchester City are still winless, we have to thank the god of banter for not delivering Arsenal into the hands of the enemies. Let's talk about it. I feel like it is visible to the blind and audible to the deaf that Arsenal will miss Bukayo Saka a lot in the team. Look, it doesn't even matter which player you put there. The void will always be there. And so the starting lineup had Martinelli starting as the right winger while Trossard started as a left winger. Havertz and Jesus started together, and of course people had their doubts as regards that. Myles Lewis-Skelly had his first back-to-back starts in the Premier League. Now let's start with Myles Lewis-Skelly. It doesn't matter whether you're an Arsenal fan or not. You have to admit and appreciate talent when you see one. Such is Lewis-Skelly, who has been able to break into a team through a position that is packed with players who have much more experience than he does. Injuries to the likes of Calafiori, Zinchenko, Tomiyasu has given him an opportunity to show himself on the pitch. He expresses himself with such maturity and exerts his presence on the pitch. The way he receives the ball in tight pockets, bounces off a player, and immediately turns with it. The way he carries the ball so comfortably in the midfield and advances towards the forward line. It's a beauty to watch. They even tried to bully him several times, but Skelly now molile, and then he handled himself really well. Honestly, his progress and development so far has been brilliant to watch. I have to give kudos to him for keeping his head low and putting in the work required. Just in case you're about to complain about Arsenal not scoring 1 million goals against IPswich, ask yourself if you've seen IPswich set up this way against other clubs. IPswich basically played a very compact 5-3-2, even 5-4-1, and we are not interested in going forward at all, especially in the first half. Listen, all they were concerned about was blocking off the passes, especially from the central areas, and allowed us spaces on the wing. Ipswich had twice as many interceptions as Arsenal in that match. The reason they were comfortable with the ball on the flanks was because they had the physicality to match Arsenal on the account of a cross. Kudos to them for staying true to their setup. They had to change their entire gameplay just to be able to cope against Arsenal. Both Odegaard and Martinelli struggled in the game, especially in the first half. Sloppy passes, sluggy decision-making, clogged first touches, and so on. By halftime, I was calling for both players to step up. We had to wait till late in the second half to actually see both players grow into the game. We would be needing them to step even further up. Declan Rice put in a very good performance today in defense, midfield, and attack. He was effective in all areas of the pitch and all phases of play. He dropped deep to build up, coordinated the midfield, put in a good shot a couple times in attack. Our defense was very solid today as we conceded next to no chance throughout the match. Beautiful display from them. Now, let's talk about the goal. If you haven't watched my previous video, please do well to watch it. I explained how Kai Havertz plays anytime he starts alongside Gabriel Jesus in the starting lineup. Against Ipswich tonight, we saw Havertz play almost a free role, picking up positions in all areas of the pitch, and not only picking these positions, he was actually dwelling in them. And it just goes on to show the level of technicality he has as a footballer. You rarely see that in players these days. Martinelli gets into a very good position, gets a good cross into the box, and the ball is flicked towards the left wing. Trossard picks it up, goes to the byline, and squares the ball for Kai Havertz to score the only goal of the night. Overall, it was a game of patience tonight. There was really no need to rush actions. In fact, the few times we tried to rush actions, Ipswich cut through Arsenal like hot knife through butter. And I didn't like to see that at all. But I love the way we dealt with it regardless. We had to be very patient in the game, although I spotted a few forward passes the centre-backs could have made. We had to be very patient in the game, although I spotted a few forward passes the centre-backs could have picked, given their quality to do so. But I am very happy with their display nevertheless. It was a professional display from the boys. Make no mistake, had this game gone otherwise, we would have had to deal with the striker talks, even though we barely created quality chances for the attackers in front. Honestly, I have to commend the boys. It was a professional display from them. This is another 3 points for the Arsenal, second on the table, we end the year with a win, a professional display at the Emirates. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Please don't forget to like this post and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you next time.